How to manage construction projects. In this video, I'm going to give you a pattern that you can follow to go manage the construction project basically from a step-by-step standpoint. And this ties into the integrated production control system, but I'm going to give you the overview in such a way that it's bulleted and you can follow it right away. Like, I'm really excited about it. So stay with us on this video. All right, everybody, like, this is super cool stuff. First of all, there's a book called The First Planner System, which talks about the integrated production control system. I highly recommend you purchase that. It will tell you all the lean concepts that are needed for the management of your construction project, and it will give you the tools, the visuals, and the guides to get it done. So I'm going to use that as an outline, and we're going to go through this step by step. So number one, you've got to make sure, if you're going to manage a construction project, that you have at least observed external factors. Let me take you through these right now. There's a couple of things as a part of systems thinking that could go wrong if you're not paying attention. Number one is the ability to see the paradigm of the project. What this means is, does the owner of the project and the owner's rep and the designers, do they see how this project should be built from a respect standpoint and to get it done on time and to do it the lean way? If you do not have an owner that has the right paradigm, if they are abusive, you must consider that and possibly take measures to make sure that you are covered or you avoid the project altogether. Number two, the mindsets of the leaders. You've got to have, and this ties in a little bit with the first, but the right mindset with the owner, owner's rep, designers, and the core project management team and the leadership of your company. The mindset has to be centered around lean implementation, respect for people, actually finishing the project on time. Three, the goal of the system, meaning the project you're about to go on, that you're about to want to manage and lead, and that you want to go well, the goal has to be to do it well. Sometimes, and I'm dead serious with this, sometimes that's not the goal at all. Sometimes with a government project, it's literally just to provide a bunch of people with jobs and create a nightmare for the general contractor. Sometimes it's for the owner's rep to grandstand and be abusive to the contractors. Sometimes, and thankfully this is the case, the goal really is to treat contractors well and to take care of people and finish on time. But if it's ever not the goal to finish on time, respect people, and finish well, then be careful. You cannot win in that scenario. Number four, the structure of the system and of the project, all the way from the contracts to the organization of the team and to the rules in the Division 1 specifications, the plans and specs, and in the prime agreement. These have to enable you to implement a good system, which I'm about to discuss. And then the last one is the rules of the system. So the rules that you're held to have to enable you to do your job. Whether it's the rules around how you run your schedule, how you organize the team, how you recover from impacts or delays, you're going to need to look at that to make sure that they align with what you actually need to implement on the project. Okay, so those are the external factors, and that is what you check before you ever go into a construction project to manage it. Once you have considered that, the next thing is design and pre-construction. The first step is to win the job. So the proposal and interview, to really make sure that that goes well. And again, we have, by the way, if I mention a bullet list, I have templates, guides, and it's in the book, okay? So you can go reference that at any time. We'll link you to the description below. But step number one, you're going to want to win the project through the proposal and the interview. You do that by starting to add value, gathering the right team, and really focus in and start to solve the owner's problems. Step number two, once you've been awarded the project in design and pre-construction, you must get everyone aligned. The right budget, the right overall schedule duration, make sure that the conditions of satisfaction are understood and that you've organized with that design team to, by the end, provide a really well planned and designed project. Number three, you'll want to adapt to and enable the design team, especially around the design development phase, where you are providing real-time feedback, real-time budgeting, real-time schedule updates. Number four, you will want to, no later than halfway through design development, start planning the project with the builders. The PM and the super that will build the project, it is unethical and immoral, in my opinion, to hold a builder team accountable for a project that they did did not plan or that was not planned. And then 5, prepare to start strong. So the 90 days leading up to your notice to proceed, these are quality pre-con meetings. This is mobilization. This is getting ready for your trailer. This is queuing up all of your visuals. This is putting together your job information policy brochure. This is making sure you're ready to start strong. If you do that, you'll have a really great base. You'll have a really good plan, and you should have a TAC plan, the zone maps, logistics plan, your organization or accountability chart, your risk and opportunity register, your procurement log, and your trailer design at a minimum by the time you're done, in addition to your guaranteed maximum price, your GMP submission, and the finished design before you start. That's at a minimum. Now, what you're going to do to manage your construction project is first make sure that you have the right team. So that means you need to organize and build the right team, make sure that team has the right balance and coverage, and that each individual is in the right seat on the bus and has the capacity to perform. That's the first step. Second is the plan. In order to run a remarkable construction project, you need a production plan. You need to make sure that that production plan is reflected in contracts, and you need to make sure you have a risk and opportunity register that really mitigates the risks according to that production plan so that you are able to rally that team behind a plan and support the trade partners. So now the trade partners should have a supportive team and the plan. Number 3, the supply chain. The supply chain means that you have the right procurement strategy, the right VDC and coordination strategy, that you are prefabricating as much as you can, and that you have a really well-running logistics system on your project site. If you have that, then the trade partners will get the resources from the supply chain. 4, the right culture. This is huge. You can't just have the people doing a plan with the resources. You have to have the right culture on site. So you must win over the workforce. You must make sure that the project is clean, safe, and organized, and that you are onboarding people to that culture. So now your foreman should have a supportive team, a plan, the resources, and the right culture to come into. Now, we're not done. The key after that is to make sure that your production plan flows with trade flow according to the TAC production system. Okay, that is key. Then, once you have that, you have all the supportive elements and you have the TAC production system, your last planner system will make sure that the trade partners are engaging in pull planning, in look-ahead planning, weekly work planning, and day planning. So now it's not just the first planner system, which is the name of the book, and all of the planning that you're doing with the right components of team, plan, supply chain, and culture, but that's all being looped in according to a rhythm inside the last planner meetings. So now the trade partners can take that supportive team, take that plan, take the supply chain resources, and take that culture and do short interval planning with the last planner system to go really do a fantastic job on the project site. And so there's 4 other things. And by the way, if you love this, just like and subscribe to that video. I know you want to. I will never give you garbage content. Like, it will keep coming to your feed. I promise you, you'll love it. Okay, so check this out. There's 4 other key components. Once you have your trade partners supported with the external factors, the design and the plan, and the people, the plan, the resources, and the culture, according to a rhythm where the trade partners can interact and collaborate as last planners, you must have a trade partner preparation process. That means each trade partner that comes to your site must go through a buyout meeting, a pre-mob meeting where we ask them for what we want, a pre-construction meeting where we educate the superintendent and the foreman to expectations, a first-in-place inspection where we verify that it's going in per plan, follow-up inspections, and final inspections. This process is key and should be done with every scope. The keys after that is, if you've implemented this, you must have an accountability structure where you have zero tolerance for safety, a daily correction system to make sure that everything that you've expected on the project site is happening, quality at the source, a contractor grading system, and a way to check in on team balance. That right there will make sure that the foremen actually are held accountable to the system. And the 2 after that are your continuous improvement plan, however you choose to really identify and discuss and solve problems and make improvements to your site. And finally, according to KPIs, key performance indicators. So you're going to make improvements according to the metrics and the results on the site and the feedback that you're getting. That is how you implement a lean system, an operational system to manage a construction project. This is, if you're like, oh my gosh, he's talked about such good stuff, I've liked and subscribed, but I won't remember this. I got you. First Planner System book in the description below. It has this. Oh my gosh. I just remembered to tell you that like at the end of each section, it also has grading criteria where you can score yourself. Such a fantastic book. Pick it up right away. You're gonna love it. And please let me know if you need any help. And when this works, give me a call. I want to hear from you. So good luck implementing the system. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.